Who said I have a soft voice? Who said that? I brought a small speaker. Do you guys know how to solve your problem with deficit? You see, I have manifested the trust, our inheritance, right? You guys actually can utilize the inheritance that I have manifested. So I create a trust for the military, okay? A military fund. Let's say per year I contribute about 50 billion to 100 billion to the military through the trust that I'm gonna create for just for the military use, but not for the arm race, okay? For their retirement, their emoluments, and whatever welfare programs that they have for the military. So that itself can reduce the government spending on the military budget, okay? You guys actually don't have to depend on taxpayers' money that much, okay, or trade that much to spend on the military. So when you have your spending budget prepared, you already can see a 50 billion to 100 billion reduction just on that budget spending itself, because I'll be forking out those spending to the military, but it must be go through from the trust that I created, and the funding inside there is not for arm race. It's definitely not for any kind of war expenditure, okay, or um, anything that related to conflict or aggression or the use of force. Okay, is mainly to reduce the deficit, because I know that U.S. Government depend spend a lot on the military budget. It's mostly, I believe, is spent on the emoluments, the pay for the soldiers and military boys and girls, basically. So with the fund created like that, you can actually utilize the fund from the trust in each fiscal year or budget year and use it to reduce your deficit. So let's say 50 billion is too much, like quite a shock. Probably probate court wouldn't allow it, or Congress wouldn't allow it. Maybe you can start off with a smaller amount, like say 10 billion, 20 billion, 30 billion, or up to just the maximum 50 billion. You can put a cap of how much we wanted to support for the military's emoluments, mainly for their emoluments, okay, their pay, their whatever benefits that they get, okay. So that is um, the most fastest and effective way to reduce your deficits, and you don't have to retrench or fire so many government servants. They can still retain uh, their 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 jobs, okay. That's how I think. If I can create a trust fund to support the military forces for the emoluments, and then it will immediately reduce your deficits, because your budgetary spending wouldn't have to come from the taxpayers' revenues or trades revenue or whatnot revenues that you collect every year. And with that done, actually you already can calculate how fast your deficits can go down. Yeah, it's just about whether this proposal that I'm suggesting will get congressional approval or not. Will they approve it or not? That's another question, of course. So my suggestion is my my trust will will contribute a certain amount of contribution just to support the military emoluments to reduce the budget deficit. Okay?